Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, August 23rd, 2024. I want to give a little heads up on this video. It's going to be pretty what I call woo. And if your lens isn't willing to think about possibilities like we're living in a simulation, Atlantis may still be somewhere, and there may be some connections to it in our world. If you're not willing to think possibly about that we are avatars, then please avoid this video. It's going to be too woo for you. But if it's not too woo for you to think about topics like that, stay with us because I think this is going to be an interesting video. And a huge thanks goes to the ex content creator known as Hilarion, who is a truther and a army wife and puts out some interesting content. She contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in looking at something she is feeling like our prime creator, or as I sometimes say, loving creator, creator of all creators, head honcho, is telling her. And as she explained what her thought was, I thought, it's not too woo. You can ask the tarot cards just about anything. So I contacted her and we talked back and forth a little bit. I'm going to share a little of what she shared with me, and then we're going to explore with the tarot cards at least one read. If we get kind of a thumbs up on that one, I'll do a little deeper dive. So I have no idea what the cards are going to tell us, and I did warn Hilarion that I don't modify what the answer is to the questions I get, and it has cost me some professional contacts because I read the cards the way I read the cards. So anyway, let's go to a share screen. Hopefully, I'm using my older equipment, so it should work. And I'll show you what we were talking about, and we'll get into that read. Okay. If this share screen interests you, you can click on the Facebook link that will be in the video description box and pursue it at your own pace and timing. Okay, so this is a post that Hilarion has on her page on X. And I'm just going to read it for you, but I did include a link at the bottom of my compilation for you. Have you ever thought we are becoming conscious now because we really are somewhere else, projecting our consciousness into this simulated time matrix? Do you hear chattering in the background and get flashes of things? Why does the firmament say waters are above and below it? So good questions to think about. Whether they end up resonating with you or not, very thought-provoking questions. Then she goes on to say, I'm getting the feeling like this is what we're going to find as this simulation ends. Why are we losing attachment and focus here? Prime Creator says we're still in Atlantis. The whole thing feels so surreal. Stay tuned. Things are speeding up as the sine waves collapse. Now, Hilarion believes that our loving creator, or prime creator as she refers to him, is collapsing alternate timelines. And we do have heard from multiple sources that we are merging towards one final timeline. So that's why what she says kind of resonates with me. And I thought, hey, let's look at this. Now, here's some of the private messages we had going back and forth. Here, this was from Hilarion. You can read my tweet as background, but I have no vested interest in the outcome. Atlantis is a frequency, not place per se. The dimensions only exist in this technology realm. So I thought that was real interesting. She goes on to say this about what she truly feels Prime Creator is telling her, and she put it here in the post. He's saying we exist in the Atlantean realm and came into this matrix to end/break the simulation. It's hard for us to conceive what we really are outside of this avatar body in this simulated reality. As for Atlantis, Hilarion wrote, I feel like this firmament technology exists there. This might be too complex to ask the cards if this is where we'll be once that matrix collapses. And this gets you to the post that I have just a screenshot of here, and you can read replies and things like that. There weren't a lot of replies to this. It's a little esoteric, I think, for a lot of people, and maybe it's self-explanatory and didn't need a lot of discussion. And maybe she hasn't attracted the attention of bot armies. Always nice when that happens. Okay, I'm going to stop the share. And like I said, hopefully it is a share. If not, I'm going to redo this video. Anyway, let's see what the cards want to tell us. I want to phrase this very, very carefully so that we get accurate information. So first of all, my stipulation is I would like to have, I believe that Atlantis, if there's truth in its continuing existence and possibly importance, I think it's got a lot of protections around that information. I think that, for example, we know that Antarctica is very, very important and has got a lot of technologies and things like that that weren't well treated. Okay, that were we've seen this time and again that something is invented or discovered and it's used for purposes of conflict and aggression and not for healing or prosperity or, improving the human race. So I think, like I said, I think Atlantis is going to be a very protected type of information base. So we're going to just respectfully ask that the information we get is not obscured or veiled in any way. If anything, if it needs to be truncated for safety or protection, that's understandable. But we'd like what the cards tell us to be something we can take to the bank, because there's a lot of disinformation out there, which is when you deliberately make a mistake, and misinformation when you accidentally have information that goes out. So there's too much of that already. So we'd like clear and believable information as much as is shared, number one. So that's part of the stipulation I'd like to put on the information. I'm just simply going to ask, is there truth in this, truth and merit in this thought that some light workers, I'm not going to say the entire human race, but some light workers actually are based out of Atlantis? Let's see. I think that would get it right there. Okay. Because I think possibly that there's multiple origination sites that light workers have come from to raise the vibration of the human race and this plane of existence and help things move along. We're doing it from the inside rather than from the outside as some kind of, snotty overlords, is my thought. And so let's ask if there's light workers that are here in some form that originate out of or are based out of Atlantis. And then if we get a yes to that, I'm going to ask if those, we'll ask about her further question about, is that where they'll go back to when this final simulation, the main one, ends? So again, I'm not thinking it's a destination for everybody, but let's just see. Are some of our light workers based out of Atlantis? I think it's a great question to ask, and that's kind of the right way to phrase it so that we can get some information and insights. I'm going to change the camera so you can watch me work from start to finish with the cards. We'll discover what they have to tell us together. Okay. Again, free of any obscuring or veiling, we're just simply asking, are some of the light workers that are sharing this plane of existence with us based out of Atlantis? That'll kind of answer the avatar question. It will answer Hilarian's theory. It will either confirm or contradict information that she believes is coming to her from our loving creator, because there's a lot of tricky energy out there. Okay, so let's find out. Plus other insights and information the universe wants us to know about this question about light workers being based out of Atlantis. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. What a beautiful start here. Page of Swords. Truth cards. So yeah, we got some truth going on here already with this thought. Thank you for the information. Universe, Queen of Cups. The Four of Swords, which is telling us that we that the universe has chosen to withhold some information from us. Again, if you saw how I phrase that, you've been watching my videos, you know that this sometimes shows up when that is indeed the case. But I would rather have partial clarity than muddy data. Okay. I'd rather have crisp, clear, believable points shared with us, even if they're not the full picture yet. Moving forward, we have the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so our situation is being indicated on our question with the Four of Wands, which is often a card of new beginnings and really good connections. And so we're getting a lot of, we've made a connection here. And the truth card here, the truth element of Page of Swords, is kind of confirming that. Now, the Queen of Cups in the background is just saying, you know, it's not so much hard data. You're going to have to listen to your discernment. Okay. All right. And because she is an expert at that, and she's inviting us to do that too. If you notice, we've got some water showing up here. Water kind of is a big indicator of Atlantis. It's one of the marks of this fabled, they say fabled place. Okay. I've already told you the Four of Swords is telling us there's some information. They're sharing some with us very candidly, but some is being withheld. And obviously, if, yeah, we've got this with this truth card saying this, we've already got the confirmation that we, light workers, are in avatar form here on this plane of existence. Maybe all of us residents of this plane of existence are, but definitely some of the light workers are, and based out of Atlantis. Okay, let's look at the near future. We've got a 5, which kind of indicates a temporary situation coming up in the near future. There's going to be a little bit of a conflict and drama involving this theory and possibly the light workers themselves. Okay, now I don't see anything troubling about that, horrible outcomes, because it's aspected very well with the Hanged Man, which is always talking about looking at things in a new way, always taking the time, being patient, and realizing, you know, you've got a lot to learn, you've got a lot to unlearn, and you're going to be looking at a lot of things in a new way, not just this. The Queen of Pentacles giving us a little more information, kind of aspecting it on the other side. And she is about security. And that's kind of a reassurance for us that if we are here in some kind of a remote work situation, our security is of great importance. And we have been generous in providing this energy and being here to contribute what we are in this time and place. So don't lose your focus, light workers. Okay. Even if all you are is a light worker who just raises the vibration of those around you, who lovingly raises herbs and shares them with the neighbors, or, you know, actually boots on the ground doing something really intense, whatever it is, it's all helping. So don't lose your focus. Don't lose your commitment to helping the human race become what it always should have been, in a way that we can naturally proceed, not with new overlords, not with, you know, new slave masters, but actually pursuing a path of growth and learning that we were always meant to have the ability to do. I'm going to get 2 more cards. Okay. The universe is saying you can celebrate this information to some extent with the 3 of Cups and then the Moon. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards because we want some information. Okay, we've got another major arcana showing up with the Magician and the 6 of Cups. Okay, I wanted that because there's times when the Moon card can be a little troubling. Okay, now part of it is that we're saying, you know, the universe was telling us, go ahead and celebrate this information. But there's going to be some lies coming out about it. Okay, in fact, you know, who knows, maybe my this video here will be, you know, roundly and soundly dismissed and disparaged. That's fine if it is. Tarot's not for everybody, and I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. But remember, we're powerful manifestors, absolutely powerful manifestors. And what we're manifesting is a reunion of our potential with our reality, and safety for the little ones and the young life and younger members of the human race. So can't get better than that. They can lie all they want and they can put us down and laugh at us and call us conspiracy theorists all they want. We know it's all about the children and it's all about getting this plane of existence onto a path of light, going from dark to light, because that light is going to include safety for little ones and the chance, like I said, to reach our potential. Let's recap this first read. There will be a very short second one at answering, hopefully, the question that Hilarion had about will Atlantis be the destination for light workers that when the simulation ends. And those, I'm assuming she means those that were based out of there. If it's more, maybe we'll find that out. Let's find out. But anyway, we got a yes with the cards that, yeah, light workers out of, there are light workers on our plane of existence who are willingly here and based out of Atlantis. We did get the Four of Swords telling us there's even more information that is not being shared with us at that time. The Moon card let us know that there's going to be some lies and misinformation and trying to mislead us away from truths we're finding out as the simulations, kind of collapse and we get down to truth and to a consolidated and truly created and intended and love-filled timeline. Told you this was going to be woo. The magician saying everything's possible. We'll have limitless powers to create, and the restoration is going to be beautiful, as was indicated with the Six of Cups. So beautiful cards, absolutely beautiful cards. I'm so glad, even though it's a woo topic, that I took it on. Now I'm going to do fast because I am limited on time. The shenanigans with my Zoom account, my paid account, seem to be in that arena. So I'm using a free account, which gives me a 40-minute limit. That's why I'm going to have to be careful on time. Because of that, I'm going to quickly just ask the second question that Hilarion asked, and we're going to get a 3-card response from that. And that question was, when the simulation for this plane of existence ends, which is how she views whatever the ascension or rapture or whatever event. Her question is Atlantis going to be where light workers based out of there return and their destination? Let's find out. I'm open to the idea that there's multiple destinations. I mean, every faith walk we have says that there's different results for your actions and choices. So it's possible. Let's see what the universe has to say. The 3 cards are going to be the answer. The second card is going to clarify that answer, and then any additional insights or information with the third card. So like I said, it's going to be a boom, a 3-card read real quick. Okay, so light workers that are based out of Atlantis, that was not a jump, that was small hands. Will they be returning? Is that the destination they can anticipate? Think of that Matrix movie. He woke up. What if he'd woken up and stood up in his sleeping pod and, used muscles he hadn't used before and ever in the Matrix, but with us it may be in a long time to wake up and have friends and family and an entire highland continent to enjoy. So can that be anticipated as a destination for light workers based out of Atlantis? Answer? Yeah. The world. Clarifying it a little further, King of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, that is a potential destination that people can go back to. It's not a final one because we're going to be able to travel and just find abilities and things like that we just don't even can hardly conceive of with the limitations we have in this human body that we've got right now. King of Cups just says, again, this is emotional intelligence, but again, be very careful not to get tricked, to use some good discernment with what you believe. And that's kind of bolstered here with the third card. The 4 of Pentacles is talking always about being careful with your resources. Not necessarily miserly, but careful with them. And one of your resources is your thoughts and your energy and the frequency you operate at and offer to the world. So again, be careful. These are interesting topics. It's kind of nice to get little glimpses of future potentials and what's going to possibly happen. But again, right now, we're here, we're helping this world to change in a very beautiful and positive way. That's where our focus needs to be. But again, the sky's the limit. We got a victory card here with the world showing up here. Second question, the answer was, quick recap here, the world showed up. So yeah, there are people from this world that can anticipate being Atlantis being one of the potential destinations or a spot that will be available to them. The further insights, the King of Cups just says, listen to your discernment, okay? Don't get fooled, okay, by trickery and what have you. And part of that, also the further advice was the Four of Pentacles, saying, don't lose focus of what you're here now for. These little glimpses of what's possible, what's potential, what's out there are meant to edify us and keep us stay in the course, but not to get us distracted and off the mission, which is being the kindest, best possible human we can be and modeling the loving, kind behavior we would like to see in others and picturing the world we want, because that picturing process helps it come about. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and attention. If you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and everything bright.